Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Dookie Forge. This is a different intro, obviously, because I'm already in the park. I was actually just working on some other stuff, and I decided just to continue and make some things happen. So where we are right now, I guess what we're working on, is the second half of the bending jig for the bottle openers. Now, why is it a second part 2? Well, if you don't remember, I'll do a little bit of a flashback on why I got really angry at myself and threw everything in my apartment. And, now we're back a couple weeks later trying to get it done. Here that is. Here is my plan. I got the most expensive die and tap set, not tie and tap set, though that would be pretty cool, die and tap set that you can buy. This is made from moonstone and iron and carbide and a little bit of titanium mixed up. So you can't buy these. Me being, me, I was able to buy these. So my plan is to use these super expensive taps and dies to essentially drill a hole, right there where the tooth is. Right there where the tooth is. Take a 1/4 inch rod, thread it, drill the hole, thread that, thread this guy in, and then essentially cut with a hacksaw like a slice out of it, a pie slice, really small slice out of it, and have it line up with the tooth, and have it like a hole that you shove things in, that you normally do with holes. And that is my plan. It is probably a stupid plan, but I wanted to try it and learn from it. And well, if I fail, it still won't be a ruined of bending jig. I just have to figure out something else to kind of do the tooth grabber. So, to tap and dyeing. Batman. Well, there that is. And so we're back quite a while later. Been working on various projects here and there, including upgrading the cart and the guillotine tool and all sorts of stuff. So what I am going to try to do is get this dang thing out of here. I understand that, if anybody actually has a better way, this is a better way to get broken taps out of material this thick, let me know. But I couldn't figure it out a good way other than just smashing the crap out of it, which is what I'm going to do here. So yeah, anyway, the goal is to get this thing out and then get another piece in here. And so I'm going to take a little piece of 1/4 inch rod, and I'm going to try to make a rivet head on one end, put it through the hole, and then essentially squash this rod on here but still have it pretty tall. Essentially like rivet it. I want to try to get that done. So hopefully this episode goes a little bit better than the last one. And well, let's get to smashing. as you can imagine, my punches are just getting mangled. Ow. And it is either moving a little bit at a time. And if you're wondering why I didn't hit it from the other side, well, the other side of the tap has this pointed end, and I couldn't get everything I would hit on it just like mushroomed out, and actually it was ended up being worse because the taps are a lot harder than any punches and any of that crap. So, and that I have anyway, and so I kind of have to push it out from this direction, and well, the result is mangled up punches and hurt fingers. I should really hold this with a wrench because that'd be better. Oh crap, look at that. Bending it up, bending my these are cheap. I mean, these are the most expensive ones you can buy. They're made of moon tungsten. But these taps are giving me, this tap is giving me a little bit of a hard time here. I can see light after bending and ruining pretty much all my punches. I don't know if you can see that, but it pretty much started breaking up, and I am hoping that I'm about to break through. There we go. So let's try it. Oh, finally. Oh my gosh. Finally. I ruined so much of this thing. It's not even funny. I just want to make sure I get all the tungsten out. Of course, now I got my punch stuck in it. As you do, you know. Alright, I think I got it all. It's hard to tell. The reason I want to be careful is I don't want to re-drill this hole and then hit some, you know, some of the tap, or too much of the tap. Anyway, but finally, after about 18 punches later, and all the other crap, and unfortunately, I found out that, well, my anvil is softer than these punches, even though these are cheap punches. And I went to go straighten one of the punches out after I bent them. And, well, I put some dents in the anvil, which is really unfortunate because it was a nice flat surface, but it shouldn't, well, you know, what can I do? Not much. So I'm going to grab the drill and clean this hole out and then start planning for the next stages. Man, that was much more of a pain than it should have been, and I also, along the way, ruined my 1/4-inch drill because, you know, somewhere in there I hit a piece of tungsten and ruined that. So I gotta get another drill bit and all the other crap. But have this thing drilled out and we can fit the pin in. So now I'm gonna try to make a rivet head out of one of these sides, so that way I can put it through and essentially squish it down like I was showing earlier. So let's try that. I didn't bring my other things, so I'm just gonna have to make a new one, I guess. My monkey tool pieces, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'll be back. All right, I have a plan. It might be a real stupid plan, and you're gonna see it real soon. I'm just letting you know. Don't laugh too hard if it doesn't work. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So, let's do it. I'm gonna try to make a rivet head on the one side of the thing first. Anyway, let's do it. Let it heat up a little bit more with the tongs actually holding it, just so that the tongs don't cool it down so much. All right, let's try it. Okay, bringing it over, dropping it in there, putting this on, putting this on, and wrong hole, of course, that's what she said. Putting that on. Not perfect by any means. Actually, I might try to stick it in the forge again if I can get it off. Oh, great. There we go. I'm gonna stick this thing in the vise. So I'm just going to try to get this thing unstuck. This actually might have been a really bad idea. Oh my gosh. I would like to say that, oh, that went really smooth and I got it out and everything's hunky-dory and I didn't fail again on this bending jig. Yeah, everything's perfect. I'm not exhausted and all that. And no, that's not the rivet that I had to chop it and ruin it and dent up everything and wedge it with the wedges things and the slam on it for ever. No, that didn't happen. I mean, this bending jig is perfect in every way. Well, as you can probably tell, it got stuck. It took way too long to get it out. It got all fucking messed up. I had to end up cutting it out and then punching it out and then, well, you see, the aftermath is essentially I can't really use this anymore. Well, I could try. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna eat some lunch and then I'm gonna decide what the heck I'm doing because I am tired. See you in a bit. Well, as you might have guessed, I am a big old Dookie head. And maybe for any regular viewers, the 2.5 of you. And yeah, I see you out there, Mr. Half Man. I see you. You got bit in half by a shark, but I still appreciate your view. But yeah, it failed again, and failed a big old Dookie. That's why it's called Dookie Forge, because, well, I don't know what I'm doing. But I still learned a little bit, and hopefully my next attempt, I think my idea was sound. It's just my execution is what failed it, jacked it all up. You know, technical. Just get it done. And then I can shabba-shabboom, labba-la-boom. You know, get it in there, oh, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do. And I appreciate everyone watching through my utter embarrassing failures. And like I say a couple times, or said at least once before, if there's any experts out there that actually know better than me, which is pretty much everybody, you know, put a comment down there. I will read it, and hopefully, you know, it'll help out a little bit. So, well, we're back out at the park. Actually, I'm still out at the park technically, because we just finished up this holdfast tool. So if you haven't checked out that video, check that one out. It's pretty awesome, and it went really well. So yeah, check it out. It's awesome. So we're still out here after we finished the holdfast tool, and the plan is to see if we can stop failing miserably on the bending jig for the bottle openers. The last couple outings with this thing has really killed me. And, well, I don't know exactly what the hell, excuse my French, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it a little bit differently. I am going to use, you know, the hole that I put there, that I fucking ruined all over the place, fuggly wuggly did. So my plan is to take another piece of 1/4-inch rod. Instead of trying to rivet it in here first, I'm going to heat it up, take it over to the vise, make the rivet head on the vise, and then put it through and hit it, essentially to try to mushroom the whole thing in. Well, hopefully that'll work. I mean, I'm kind of, you know, not having fun with this much right now, just because I don't know what I'm doing and I keep failing. But I guess the worst case scenario is I put like a bolt in here and I just cut a slot in it, but I really don't want to do that because it'll look ugly, and it just isn't the right way to do it. So I'm still going to try to do a rivet with a slot in it that holds the tooth of the bottle openers. Hopefully this is the last segment of this gosh dang bending jigs series, videos, whatever. I might fail again, so check out this video where I don't fail, making a holdfast. If you want to see success. So yeah, let's get started. Well, I did this cold and it started to crack on one of the edges, so I stopped. I did this cold just to, it seems, you know, my little hand torch just doesn't quite get hot enough, and it seems like a waste of, you know, fuel, and then the forge is just, you know, too big for something like this, I feel, right now. So this should work. It fits in there. it'll, you know, take a little bit. I'll probably heat it up a little bit with the hand torch, but, oh, wrong hole. Of course it's the wrong hole. That's what she said. Let's make sure it fits in the right place. And so here we go. So essentially, that is the idea. Now, what I want to do is cut it off somewhere up here and essentially mushroom the whole thing on here. So I don't want to necessarily like just rivet the end here. I want to kind of take the whole length here and squish it down and get it stuck. Essentially rivet it, but with a tall rivet, so then I can cut a slice in it and have a tooth holder. Well, this is going to be pretty challenging. I have the rivet hot. I have the bending jig actually kind of preheating so it doesn't suck all the heat away too fast. Kind of in next to the forge, getting nice and warm. And so I'm going to have to, let's just grab the bending jig. So I'm going to have this, and then I'm going to bring the rivet over, place this on. All right, let's do it. Rivet, hold, there's the hammer. Now, as far as straightening it out, no. So, almost got it. Pretty good, actually. It's just so tight of a working space that just doesn't so I'm going to stick this back in the forge, and I'm going to actually try to just heat that up. Oh my gosh. I thought I was gonna fail miserably yet again, but I think it worked. Check this out. There it is. Now I did jack up the I did jack up the one die a little bit, but that's not the part that really matters anyway, because that that front part doesn't actually touch the bottle opener. So what's going to happen is I'm going to let this thing cool, and essentially I'm going to cut a slot that goes like this with the hacksaw, kind of like that, at whatever angle the master bottle opener, which I have right here, whatever angle this master bottle opener I've been using lines up with, I'm going to cut a slot in there so that when I go to do that, ooh, hot, hot, hot. When I go to do that, it has a tooth holder for this. I think this project is finally coming to an end. It's literally been between planning and like all the failures. It's probably been 2 months of working on this and then working on other projects too. But don't call it Dookie Forge for nothing. I'm gonna let this thing cool, and then we're gonna figure out how to cut this slot in here, and hopefully we'll be done with this stupid thing. Well, it's awesome, but stupid thing. Anyway, see you. Oh, home sweet home. I thought we'd never get here. Truthfully, part of me thought that we would never actually finish this project because of just failure after failure. And then I was also, kind of waiting on those back-ordered material that I ran out of, and it took way too long. But through perseverance comes Dookie, and with Dookie comes success. I think it's success. So we have our tooth holder right there. Boom, it's gonna bend around there, over there, around there, and shabam. Shablamels! Finally, the bending jig is done. Well, I guess that ends this episode, and we'll be very soon jumping into the next 50 bottle openers, which is really exciting. Well, I think it's really exciting. I'm gonna try to do some more creative stuff with twisting and doing back and forth twists and full twists and what is it called? Rubik's Cube twists, and just try to, and maybe add some leaf elements and stuff like that. So hopefully, as long as this thing works to do the initial bends, then I will be saving a lot of time, and then I can do more creative stuff with the bottle openers. So, and here we go. Here's some of the materials for the next bottle openers. Hopefully. Well, with that, thank you for watching through all of this pain and suffering, those of you that actually did. And, well, stay tuned for the next 50 bottles. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the best video you've ever seen in your entire life. Maybe. It will. I can guarantee it'll at least be full of Dookie. So, there's that. With that, though, finally finishing this baby up, I will leave you with this episode's quote of the week. Hey, who's that Quotamon?
Friends, 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 friends. That is what I don't have. Friends. I only have one friend, and it's Dookie. That's why I'm here. I'm so famous I can't even have friends. There was something called that I worked on back in the day that might have led me to how I'm supposed to make friends, but I don't know how. I'm Jennifer Aniston, and I am here to read you this line of dialogue. Anyway, I'm in a glass case of emotion! And one last message. To those of you who know, Bert Kreischer is the hardest man. I want to lick his boobies. I'm Jennifer Aniston.